Hey everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of Flick News. Izola here with Flick Direct, and if you're new, normally we just discuss some movie news that have happened within the last week, but this one's going to be just a little bit different this time. So grab your popcorn, sit back, relax, and let's get this started. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, normally I will get one of these episodes out on Saturday or Sunday, but since yesterday was the Super Bowl, I was curious to see what trailers we were going to get, and we did get a few new ones. Plus, in the last week, we also had a few more trailers that were released, so I figured I would just kind of fill you in on those and give you my opinion on them, what I'm curious to see that's upcoming. There's just a lot to discuss, so that's where we're going to start. So the first one I want to talk about is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Now, for those of you who are not aware, this is the 8th installment and supposedly the final of the Mission Impossible franchise. This is also supposed to complete the 7th movie, which was Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. And for those of you who did not watch it or may not remember, it left us on a pretty big cliffhanger. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to wrap this all up, so to speak. I'm not sure. They said like this was supposed to be the final one, but you never know anymore. They could actually bring out more depending on how well this one actually does. And although a little bit cheesy at times, I really have enjoyed these Mission Impossible movies. So, I wouldn't mind seeing a few more or maybe going on with a new actor, or a different storyline, but still Mission Impossible. It just depends on where they want to go with it. And they could literally make a million of these like Fast and Furious. So, they've got a lot to work with, but it just depends on where they want to go with it. I think Tom Cruise should retire from these. He is getting up there in age, even though he does like to do his own stunts and stuff. There's only so much your body can handle. And a little fun fact, during the filming of this last Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise actually passed out. I think he was doing a flying stunt. And, you do have to, at certain times, break away from the oxygen mask. And, you're doing flips and turns and everything. And if you're not getting the right amount of oxygen, whoop. So, yeah, I would probably say maybe don't do so many of your own stunts anymore. But back to the trailer. The trailer was a lot of fun, filled with excitement. It didn't really give too much away as to what was happening, or even what had actually happened in Dead Reckoning. So I appreciated that because I like to really try to go into movies not knowing much about it. And especially since this is a two-parter, or the second part of the two-parter, I like to, be surprised. So like I said, it was a fun and entertaining wild ride. I definitely think you guys should check it out. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Are you going to go see the movie? Have you seen the other movies? You might want to at least watch 7 before you see the 8th one, so. Next, we have the How to Train Your Dragon trailer, and can I just say it was so adorable, just the start of it with Toothless and his cute little sleepy face. It was just, absolutely loved it. I think this trailer was really well put together, and of course, yes, most of us have seen the animated movie, but I don't really think that knowing what you're going into with seeing this movie is going to deter from the live action. The acting so far looks really good. The characters, spot on. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how this is going to go because I loved the animated movie. It was so sweet. And if they have the CGI down for at least Toothless so far, I can't wait to see how it goes in the actual movie and not just the trailer. Because they're always doing more in post-production. So what we saw for his face here, it could even change a little more. So if there were any little bits of graininess or he's a dragon, it's not real. So, but if it looks faker than what we really want, they can fix that. and probably are. I will definitely give you my thoughts on other trailers and whatnot when they come out, but don't worry, I will also give you my opinion on the movie once I see it. Next, we have what looks to be this exhilarating performance from Brad Pitt in the movie F1. Now, this is based on the popular Formula One races, not to be confused with Daytona, what was that? Days of Thunder, I believe, with Tom Cruise. Yeah, that's going back with Nicole Kidman, but it's kind of giving those vibes. It's just obviously a different type of car racing. So yeah, I'm really curious to see how this one's going to go, or if it's going to kind of keep on the same premise or type of movie like Days of Thunder was. But technically, Brad Pitt is older than Tom Cruise was when he was doing Days of Thunder, so we're probably not going to have that young, cocky type of guy, racing cars and thinking they're invincible. I mean, he could still think he's invincible, and then, car wreck and, death and destruction and all of those things. I mean, you kind of... Yeah, I mean, it could be the same, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Also, it's been a long time since the movie came out, so who knows? Maybe people will kind of forget about it. Now, we won't have to wait too long because F1 comes out in the summer. And yeah, I mean, look, I'm always down for an adventure. I'm not a huge race car fan, Formula One, or anything like that. So I don't really know a lot about it, but maybe enthusiasts of F1 will really enjoy it. I'm still, all about a good storyline. If the plot's good and the acting is good, I can get behind a movie. So I'll still be able to enjoy it, even if it is just a lot of internal shots of the Formula One car. Now, another trailer that we got was not from the Super Bowl, but about 4 to 5 days ago, there's a new Smurfs movie coming out. And we found out that Smurfette is being played by none other than the amazing Rihanna. She's got a lot of sass, so she's going to be able to do a great job with voicing Smurfette. So I'm really curious how that's going to go. And we also get a little bit of the plot. We see Papa Smurf being kidnapped, I guess you would say, and saying that the village is no longer safe. So obviously, what are you going to do? They plan a way to save Papa Smurf. And so you kind of get a little bit of the action of what's going to happen, but not too much, of course. And it looks like it's just going to be a cute, fun movie with some hopefully good jokes. The words Smurf and Smurfiest and Smurftastic, all of that will be in there, of course. So that'll be pretty funny as well until you kind of get sick of it. But look, I grew up with the Smurfs. It'll be fun to watch. So if you are of that age that watched the Smurfs growing up, or if you have kids and you want to introduce them to it, this would probably be a great movie, to watch with the family. The Smurfs movie will be coming out July 18th, so get ready to be spending a lot of money, guys, because there are a lot of movies that are coming out in the summer. You can get them early probably on streaming services, but also just going to the movies. Especially because it's going to be really hot in the summertime, you might as well go and spend it in an air-conditioned movie theater, right? Okay, we're back to the Super Bowl, and I don't know if you would really consider this one a trailer per se, but it was definitely tied in well with the Super Bowl, and it was super cute. It made me chuckle, and I think you guys will enjoy the trailer as well. You're seeing something on the field, and you've got the crew and security chasing after it. And when on the TV, it was pretty set far back, so at first you couldn't tell what it was until they did the close-up. And then you were like, okay, this is really cute. So I don't want to give too much of it away, but it's literally just a promotion for Lilo and Stitch. So definitely watch this. I'll give you just a little quick, snippet so you can see what it looks like. But, oh God, he's so cute. It's so cute. I've got my fingers crossed for this one that it's going to be good. Because he's just a crazy, cuckoo kind of character, and you just got to love him, So, Yeah, I really can't wait to see more on what's coming with Lilo and Stitch. Hold on to your butts, guys, because we are getting more dinosaurs. We have Jurassic Park World Rebirth, and that's coming out July 2nd. I told you, the summer's going to be really busy when it comes to movies, so be prepared. But yes, we are getting another Jurassic Park movie, and this one's actually taking us to where we have to go back to the original island where everything started. And Scarlett Johansson, who is starring in this, is going to pretty much be kind of like a, I don't know, bodyguard, kind of a caretaker, I guess you would say, for the scientists who have to go and get samples of some of the dinosaurs. And pretty much they do this by getting to the eggs. Because, I mean, who wants to try to get a sample from a large moving beast? Yeah, that would just be chaotic, especially if they're flying and they're the size of jet planes. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that. But that is pretty much the brief premise that we got on it. You know, there's going to be more subplots and, you know, stuff like that. Maybe they're going to say this is not something we should really be doing, and then they just get rid of the samples, you know. I don't know. And we don't know who's going to survive either because it's, I mean, it's dinosaurs. Everybody's a target at this point. But yes, so again, July 2nd is when the movie is coming out. We don't know much more about it at this time, but obviously we will be getting more down the pipeline, and I will fill you guys in when we get that information. And finally, you didn't think I was going to end this without talking about Thunderbolts, did you? No, I just saved the best for last because this is probably the movie that I am most excited for to come out. Yeah, I'm super excited. I think that so far with what they've given us in the other trailer, that was just kind of like a little sneaky peeky. This one kind of gets you in a little bit more, and I love these characters. Even though the new Cap was not my favorite, he actually really annoyed me. It looks like he's gonna actually, you know, be some comic relief as well. And, you know, it's a redemption story, right? You have all of these characters who are just not shining in the best of light at this particular time where this takes place. And so you're just going to see them trying to redeem themselves in whatever capacity that they can. So this trailer was really great. It gives you some good jokes. I mean, I was laughing a lot in it, but you can also tell that it's going to give you the feels. So I don't know about you, but I am definitely looking forward to this movie. And we don't have to wait very long because May is right around the corner, you guys. Like it's so close, you can almost touch it. So I don't think that they're really going to give us a lot more in regards to the movie. You know, they'll probably just give us some extra little tidbits of, you know, the same trailer. I don't want them to give me too much. I don't want spoilers. I like kind of going, like I said, into the movies, not really knowing what's going on. So hopefully they'll keep it as is, and we just wait until May to go and watch the movie. I know nowadays everything is only a Google search away, but I did make it very easy for you and listed all of the links to these trailers and the non-Lilo and Stitch trailer in the description so you guys can take a look and watch them. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on what you thought of the trailers. Even the Super Bowl, did you guys enjoy it? I did to an extent. I don't normally watch a lot of football, but I am an Eagles fan. Sorry for those of you, you know, who don't like the Eagles. I grew up on the East Coast, okay? It was either that or New York, and, you know, I went Philly. So, but yeah, no, I did enjoy it. The commercials were funny. You know, I'd love to hear what your thoughts were on that as well. Did you have a favorite commercial? I do have to say Matthew McConaughey trying to do an impersonation of Mike Ditka was quite hilarious. And the Duncan one was pretty good too. So, but yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. And with that, this concludes this week's episode of Flick News. Please be sure to like and subscribe to all of our channels so you never miss out on any entertainment news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!